knows me like you. No, nobody, 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 nobody.
Act like a man! What's the matter with you? Is this how you turn down a Hollywood Pinocchio that cries like a woman? What can I do? What can I do? What is that nonsense? Ridiculous.
She's going to beg and say, please forgive me, but the reality is, we don't want the man that forgives us. We really don't. We want the man that says, you had your chance, it's been a pleasure, I wish you the best. Because that's the man we respect.
Do you know who are the real gold diggers? The men who expect a woman to cook, clean, raise the kids, manage the household, support their emotions, work a full-time job, and still split the bills 50-50, often while earning less.
Let me cater to you, cause baby, this is your day. Do anything for my man, baby, you blow me away. I got your slippers, your dinner, your dessert, and so much more. Anything you want, let me cater to you. Inspire me from the heart, ain't nothing tear us apart. You're all I want in a man, I put my life in your hands. Got your slippers.
You know, you continue to see examples of why a lot of men would rather protect their space. They would rather protect their peace. When you hear the way a lot of these modern women are talking, man.
This is what I do, man. I'm really a master at getting rejected. I love getting rejected. Excuse me, can I pay for your phone number? No, thank you. I'm sorry for being ugly. This is what I do. I'm a master at this, y'all. Oh yeah, it's more right here. Oh, excuse me, miss. I go around Miami getting rejected. Can I get your phone number? Can I pay for your phone number? No. Can I get down on my knees for your phone number? No. I'm sorry for being ugly. All right, thank you, though. This is crazy, bro.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
You know what Bridgerton made me realize? No one has ever liked me like that, dude. Bring back insatiable yearning. I say it every single episode. Bring back yearning. Normalize male yearning. We are on a campaign tour right now across America, across the 7 seas. Normalize male yearning. I want to see begging on knees. I want to see clasped fists like this. I want to hear, please, please. Another day, another failed Bechdel test.
If a guy ignores you, ghosts you, or doesn't treat you right, don't block him. You want to block him to show him that you don't accept his disrespect. But the message you're actually sending him is that you're so annoyed because you care so much about him. It's literally your reaction to his bad behavior. You should be happy that he ghosted you, because at least now you know what kind of guy he is. What you should do is show him that you don't care, and you do that by actually ignoring him, because he doesn't deserve to know that he hurt you by ignoring you.
If you are a good person and you're trying, truly trying, and not trying to hurt anybody, you're phenomenal. Enough.
How do we eliminate that outside noise? Sometimes, you walk.
By not caring about other people's opinions once and for all. High school is over. Stop playing in it. It's over. You left. You're not in high school. You are, I know, but everybody else, stop. Who? Your mom? Tell your mom to go herself. She up too. What? You're like what? Who? What? Just living for other people's judgment. Everybody else sucks too.
You know, when men finally see, and modern women don't think that men are seeing this, but men have stopped investing. Men are opting out of a lot of this foolishness because these standards are so one-sided.
Oh, I saw her and she hit me like that. I be like, why you so fine? Got to make you mine.
I've heard a lot of black women who said that they are tired of being the independent black women, the strong, independent black women, that they want a man to come in their life and swoop them off their feet and just, do everything for them. You don't even think that you believe in the traditional values, but you actually lean into it. You actually enjoy it. Who doesn't enjoy being catered to in one way or another? And honestly, as a Christian, I believe that women are not just supposed to submit to men, but that it's supposed to be a service to each other.
Exactly.
So however I can serve you and however you can serve me, and therefore we have a healthy and balanced relationship between our femininity and masculinity.
Red flags a man should never ignore. She gets defensive when you talk about your feelings. Healthy women listen. She constantly threatens to leave. This is surprisingly common. You have a right to feel safe in your relationship. She needs constant reassurance from you, but isn't willing to give anything back. Should go both ways. Everything's a problem except her behavior. She'll blame it on everybody else, or she makes it your fault somehow. Next, her friends are absolute chaos. All of them. They say you're some of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Look at those 5 people in her life. Do you like some of them, or at least most of them?
One thing that modern women don't seem to understand is that men can handle the truth. It's just that when y'all are telling people the truth, y'all are trying to be disrespectful, like over the top disrespectful.
And she's picked him.
Is this equality or is this just complete chauvinism?
When a man opens the door for a woman or he pulls a chair for a woman to sit, it is neither equality nor chauvinism. It is chivalry.
तो इस वीडियो में हमने 2 इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ड्स सुने. पहला chauvinism, दूसरा chivalry. और ये दोनों ही वर्ड्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है वोकैबुलरी और इंग्लिश के पर्सपेक्टिव से. पहले बात करते हैं शोविनिज्म की. शोविनिज्म का मतलब होता है मेल डोमिनेंस, जहां पर पुरुषों को लगता है कि वो औरतों से हर काम में बेहतर हैं और जो हमेशा औरतों को डोमिनेट करते हैं. और दूसरा वर्ड है शिवलरी. शिवलरी का मतलब होता है औरतों के प्रति सम्मान, उनकी रिस्पेक्ट और शिष्टाचार, मतलब पोलाइट, ऑनरेबल, जेंटलमैनली बिहेवियर स्पेशली टुवर्ड्स वुमन. अब आप मुझे कमेंट करके बताइए आप इन दोनों में से किस वर्ड से रिलेट करते हैं, शोविनिज्म या शिवलरी. लेट मी नो योर आंसर इन द कमेंट्स. थैंक यू फॉर वाचिंग.
And at some point in life, most of us question that. We wonder if we're good enough for the job, for the relationship, for the life we want. And without realizing it, we start putting the value outside of ourselves. We start thinking that job, that person, that opportunity is more important than who we are. That's when things feel off. Because the moment you believe something outside of you is more valuable than you give your power away. The real question is never, am I good enough for this? The real question is this good enough for me? Does it align with the life I'm building? Does it respect my time, my energy, my values? Does it help me grow? Does it bring peace, not just validation? If it doesn't, then it doesn't deserve you.
So you're telling me that a woman has to go work like a man every day, and a man goes work and he's tired when he gets home. A woman's not tired. She has to clean, cook, do the dishes, do the laundry. Are you kidding me?
Why don't you want to do that?
What are you talking about? Why don't I want to? You know how fucking tiring that is? Have you done that?
First of all,
I
do it every day. First of all, do not choose a woman who don't want to be a woman.
Right. So you don't want to be a woman. No, you don't want to be a woman.
Yelling doesn't mean you're winning an argument. It's a sign of low intelligence. You can lower your voice and speak to me. I'm sitting right here. I can hear you.
And you're yelling.
All this, I cook and I clean and yeah, that's part of your function. But when your tire is flat, my function is to make sure you have a new tire.
But
when
that's
your
what
car
I'm
need an
saying.
oil change, it's my job to make sure these people ain't ripping you off. We have different duties and functions and responsibilities. And if you don't love your duty, your function, your responsibility, you're not fit to be a wife, period.
These modern women are thinking that men are broken or they're lazy. No, they're just choosing to be at peace. They're just choosing to save their energy rather than coming out here wrestling with you.
Here's a map of registered offenders in Los Angeles. All these individual little dots. I'm going to randomly click on one and you get $1 million if you accurately guess the gender. You wouldn't take those chances in a hypothetical situation, so women aren't going to take those chances in real life. For women, it is all men until proven otherwise. While women can be on this list, and it's possible, it's not as probable. And that's the point here. If the small percentage of women who do it upset you, then why wouldn't the large percentage of men who do it upset you too? Because you're not an advocate against You're an advocate against women. That's exactly what makes you good guys so dangerous.
You really want to know why men are sick of hearing this message? It is because you said, quote, why wouldn't the large percentage of men upset you too? When men know, you know, we all know that it is not the majority of men. Even when you run the numbers, look, I did a quick Google search and you guys can check me on this, but I found that there are 750,000 offenders in the US. Let's say about 75% of them are male, because apparently Google says 25% are female. For a grand total of 562,000, the total male population is 165 million. When you do the math, that is 0.34% of males. So I think it becomes pretty clear that this message is purely to demonize men and doesn't really have anything to do with keeping women safe.
These modern women are interviewing men like they're products, right? But they don't really offer anything in return. And I think that's what most men have a problem with, is I'm getting interviewed, but I'm not going to get anything back.
Scale of 1 to 10, how much do you love coming to Costco with your wife? 0. How much do you love coming to Costco with your wife? 0. Can I say negative? So what's the number? 0.
Genuine question. Why do men get married? Why do you need women for? Why do you need your wives if you hate them? Isn't it easier to just stay single or be gay? Clearly you're all gay. You hate your wife.
I'm going to give my perspective here, but before I do, I just want to point this out here. No ring. I'm sure it's completely irrelevant, but here we go. My wife knows I don't like going to Costco, but she still asks me and still wants me to go, and I go with her. Now, I go with her because of her. Now, it doesn't mean I have to like going to Costco. And just because I don't like going to Costco doesn't mean I hate her. All those men were there. Think about that. You're asking men that are at a place if they like being there, and they say no, 0. But they are there. And this woman is still finding some negative way of looking at it and saying, why do you get married? Why do you hate your wives? Just be. What are you talking about? Like, I do stuff all the time for my wife that I don't like, and she does a lot of stuff for me that she doesn't like. That's marriage, dummy. Like, what are you expecting? And it makes me think that's probably why you're single. You don't understand men. You don't understand marriage. I don't like going to Costco, but I do it. My wife doesn't expect me to like going to Costco. She just wants me there. I'm so happy my wife isn't one of these darn nasty feminists. Goodness gracious, I looked out.
A lot of these people that continue to say that men are broken. And honestly and truly, it's hilarious that they fix their mouth to even say that. Because, oh, men opting out, they must be broken. No. I'm just tired of disrespect. Can that not be true? Am I tripping? Like,
I don't think it's right to stay in traditional definitions of what the roles are. A king doesn't always have to lead. I married an alpha.
Here's a better response. Watch
He
this.
loves to lead. But guess what?
Notice how she's the only one that laughed.
Him lead. Yeah. I let him lead.
Don't shoot the messenger. Feminism told y'all be strong, independent, and alone. And y'all followed it to the grave. Y'all push all the good men away, call submission slavery, and think being difficult is cute. Now y'all 35 and tired, looking around like, oh, where the good men at? Sis, they moved on. Real men want peace, not problems in a lace front and a loud voice. Feminism sold y'all freedom, but they didn't mention the price. Loneliness.
Have you ever picked up a guy in real life?
Well, in real life, no. If I am interested in a guy, I start talking to them, but I never am like the one initiating the first move necessarily.
And you kind of want him to make that first move.
Yeah.
To show his fortitude in life.
I kind of read the room. Like if I see they're reciprocating the same energy, maybe I'll like enhance my like flirting. I guess I'll be more obvious with it, but I usually never make the first move. I think that's just like a personal thing.
Do you know that men are never ignoring you? It's true. If he's on his laptop or watching a sports event or a movie, he's focused on that. He can't watch and ignore you at the same time. That would require him doing two things at once. And a man's single focus only allows him to do one thing at a time. It's not personal to you. He's just focused on something else at that moment.
Another thing that kind of drives men away is when men are trying to help and lead and guide their woman that is seen as controlling and seen as he's manipulating. Instead of just being grateful, they say, hey, no, I want you to be in the best position possible. Go this way.
He's got to provide. Okay, well, you know what? He can provide. It may not be the way you want to live. Yep. And still put a roof over your head. You can still put, but it may not be how you want it. And see, that's where we're dealing with women right now. They have these grandeur ideas of what they think life is, and it's not realistic.
David Beckham buying his wife a brand new Rolls Royce. My man should do that.
But social media has ruined our world.
A man cannot truly love a woman who fails to respect him, because respect is the foundation of how men form deep connections. For many men, feeling respected simply means being heard, valued, and considered. And without it, love slowly starts to suffer. Pride, dismissiveness, or the habit of not listening can push even a good man away, often without you even noticing it. When you speak down about him, resentment begins to build, and once respect starts to disappear, love gradually grows weaker over time.
It's not just more access to all the single people, but it is also the pool of single people is much larger. People are waiting longer to get married. They're waiting longer to commit to relationships or move in together. So it used to be, back in the day, it was single people were aged 18 to 25. Now single people are aged 18 to 45. Right. So the pool of single people just doubled, and you have access to exponentially more of them at any given time.
And we 40-year-olds are getting hot too.
It's really a shortage of good men out here. So if you got a good man, you need to make sure you taking care of him. Stop cheating on these good men, because then you got them out here cheating on good women. Never let go of that good man, because it's always a cleanup woman like me that if you let him go, I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to make sure that man is good. Like Betty Wright said, I'm definitely going to clean up after you. Everything that you didn't do for him, I'm going to do for him. A good man deserves to be taken care of. So make sure you take care of that man, because if you let him loose to these streets, he gonna run into a good woman like me, and it's over with.
In the dunya, you're not going to get someone who fulfills ticks every box. So that means you have to prioritize certain things and make other things less a priority. Being realistic is very important, because when you're not realistic, what happens, and this happens a lot with the brothers, they go through a sister, another sister, another sister, another sister, and a lot of the time the reason why he's rejecting her is because he keeps convincing himself, I'm not attracted enough, right? But then what happens? He ends up delaying marriage until he gets a lot older, and then nobody wants him because he's lost his hair.
I've been going on dates for the past 2 weeks. When I say I'm not satisfied, this what the got the truth. When you take me on a date, you open up my door. You open up the door. You pull out the chart if it's a chart, and you cut my steak if it's a steak. I'm always gonna order a steak to see if you got some home training. If you take a female on a date, she order a steak, you cut it. They pre-cut it, then you cut it. Be a gentleman. Be the gentleman. You trying to gently touch on this ass. Do the work. Do the work. We going on multiple dates. You want some from me? We going on multiple dates. We putting in effort. We doing what we got to do to get some. Oh.
I'm just going to say this right now. The day a man likes me, I'm getting married. Get married. Because what do you mean? Like, I swear, these men are walking around, they don't like their daughters, they don't like their mamas, they don't like their sisters, I really don't think they like women in general. Like, they really do not like us. It's like, what do you mean? The day a man thinks that I'm the best thing since sliced bread, lock in. Lock in. That's all I gotta say is lock in. You better be ready.
To most of you men out there, chivalry is why the are me and my homegirl walking into our job? There's 3 standing outside. There's 3 dudes, men, standing outside near the door. One of them stops and says to my homegirl, "Oh, who you trying to impress today with them lashes? Trying to flirt and shit. Nigga, open the door." Shorty had to open the door for herself. Like, chivalry is dead. Oh my god. Oh my, this is scary. Chivalry is. You guys are useless.
Pick a woman that wants to have sex with you. Stop begging a woman to have sex with you. Stop. Why do you have to beg a woman? You don't have to beg a woman to have sex with you. When you are a king and you're ready to settle down and you're ready to find your queen and you're ready, pick a woman that wants to have sex with you, that wants to impress you, that wants you in her, that wants you inside her. When a woman wants you inside her, when a woman is yearning for you, when a woman wants you close, when a woman wants to connect with you flesh to flesh, that is the true way. That is the true signal, you know, that she really, really loves you.
When men say I belong in the kitchen, yeah, I do. Do you know how much I would give to just stay here all day, make the kitchen great again? Imagine, welcome home, honey. Here's some muffins. What would you like for dinner tonight? I was actually thinking a ribeye with some mashed potatoes and broccoli, and then maybe I can bake you some cookies afterwards. How's that sound? We gave up that for what? So we can get credit cards?
Oh, I love being a woman.
Oh, but I thought you didn't want to be approached. So why aren't you asking those other women that are sitting if they'll give up their seat for you? Why does a man that you don't even know have to give up his seat? And for a lot of men, the second he says anything to you, I have a boyfriend, or you look scared, or you look uncomfortable. A lot of ladies have made thousands of videos saying, we don't want to be approached, we don't want to be talked to by men, don't even look in my direction. And men heard loud and clear. And the funny thing is, while you're standing there shaming these men, if you were to kindly ask a man if you could have his seat, I guarantee you would find someone that would give up their seat for you. But instead, you're shaming the very people that you expect to give up their seat.
This woman said something very controversial. I believe her name is Amira. She said basically that women are useless to men nowadays. Back in the day when men got married, women served some kind of value. She had purity, would be often loyal, she had a skill. She could mend clothes, cook lavish meals, make things from scratch. Nowadays, men can do those kind of things themselves. They don't really need women to do these things. What women bring nowadays is stress and bills. They have to pay for her lifestyle, cater to her needs, while she doesn't have to really bring anything at all. Ask her to bring something to the table is misogyny. And a lot of men agreed. They're like, I don't have anybody, but I broke up with my ex, my money went up, my stress went down. So it got me thinking, in general, what do women bring to men that doesn't add extra stress and bills to their lives? They say if a man wants to save money, he should stay single. If a woman wants to save money, she should get in a relationship. But what do you guys think?
For my birthday, and this man propositions me for like I'm a... Does this outfit get... Do it look like I'm tricking on the street? I would really love to know, like, what the gave him a mini skirt? I'm wearing a cowboy hat.
Yep. Yeah. Nope. You gonna tell her? Tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. Don't tell her. No, baby, that looks fine. You can go to church with that outfit. You can go to the PTA meeting with that outfit. It is not giving.
I'll tell you about it at this point.
Fearful avoidance beats
horse in conflict, like they repeat themselves over and over because they are desperate for someone to try to deeply understand their pain. And if the response they're getting from their partner suggests, hey, you don't deeply understand my pain, like you might get it on a surface level that you did something I didn't like, but if you don't realize how that made me feel deep inside, I'm going to keep repeating it over and over and over and over again. If your partner is fearful avoidant and you do not lean into the level of depth of, I completely understand your pain, like I understand that you feel rejected or worthless or misjudged or whatever, if you cannot go that deep with them, they're not going to forgive you. I'm not saying that they don't have to learn, that they shouldn't expect agreement with others. They have to learn that, absolutely. But you can't force anybody else to see their issue. All you can do is learn how to love someone in the way that they need to be loved.
Ladies, when you go on a date, you get one drink. And if you're not in a committed relationship, you don't get 2 drinks. And in general, you need to look at what a man is ordering and order less.
Bensound.com.
But how many women think, well, I'm going out on dinner, he asked me out, so I'm going to go and live it up. Think about it. Think about it. How many women are approaching the sheer fact of being a woman like it entitles them to get every man's bag? Y'all expect everything today. You want to get in the clubs for free, you want to go on dates, you want to do all this stuff, and then when simply asked, what are we going to get in return? What do you bring to the table? It is offensive.
This one is for the men. Hey, handsome, please remove that thing from your life that no longer serves you. I don't know if you've had a feeling inside of you, but it is time to walk away. It is time to remove it. There is no need for you to continue to live in a miserable state and try to hold everything together that, one, doesn't even want to be held together, and 2, is not working with you. This could be a relationship, this could be a job, this could be a family member, and you're trying to keep this thing going because you think this is what needs to be done and you're a man, you shouldn't be walking away. No. Do you know women get praised for walking away and stepping up, and men are always looked at to keep pushing through? No. Your life matters. I'm backing you up in this situation, whatever it is in your life right now that you need to remove yourself from or walk away from to get to a better you, calm, peaceful, grounded you, freaking do it.
You know what is both terrifying and revolting?
What? I can only imagine.
When a man says I'm pretty.
Right. Okay then. So, ladies, I'm sure some of you are wondering what exactly this is about. Well, I have seen lots of videos out there of women asking why men don't seem to want to take women out on dates, why they don't seem to be interested, and why they most certainly have really stopped approaching women in public at all. Well, you just saw one of the many reasons why. Because unfortunately, social media is virtually saturated with lots of women indicating how much they dislike men, they don't want them near them, and they don't even want what would be considered to be positive attention from any man in the form of a compliment, because those are apparently terrifying. And ladies, if you want men to start being interested again, you have to start acting like you don't despise them.
Where are all the good men? A lot of them have been lost along the way. And a lot of them are stuck in a men's mental health crisis where there is no help coming, or at least they think so. A lot of them have been told that their feelings don't matter. A lot of them have shared vulnerably and told they were weak. A lot of them have had their deepest, darkest moments weaponized against them. So they're not going to speak out again. They're never going to allow that to happen. So where are all the good men? A lot of them are locked away and sealed in silence because of the people in their lives and the things that they've experienced. When they saw that no help was coming, they learned to shut down. They learned to be quiet. They learned to hide away. So the good men, they're still here. It's just that most people don't see them because most people don't provide a safe space for them.
Men, if she does this, then I think it's time to walk away from her. Some of the hardest decisions you have to make in this life are the healthiest. If you constantly feel like you're chasing her attention, then that's a problem. If you're always waiting for her to be ready, be clearer, or be more consistent, then that's also a problem. I hear men say this all the time. She says she cares about me, but I never feel chosen by her. Or it's good sometimes, but then it gets cold again. Or even I'm always adjusting and she just never meets me halfway. Here is the truth in very plain language, okay? If she can't show up for you emotionally, there's no amount of patience or effort or understanding that will fix that. Walking away from her doesn't mean you didn't care, but it means that you finally cared about yourself. And yes, it's scary. Yes, you might be alone for a while. You might miss her so much, but staying with someone who keeps you anxious and guessing and getting drained costs you so much more than leaving. Healthy connections feel calm. Your body doesn't have to chase it. You can actually relax around the other person. If you're honest, you already know when something doesn't feel right. Most men just ignore that feeling for way too long and then it comes back to bite them. So you can DM me consult to book a paid 60 to 90 minute session with me. We'll talk through the situation clearly and we'll help you decide your next move without losing yourself.
From a relationship and 90% of women have nothing to offer. Remove money and 90% of women will disappear. Honestly, he nailed it. Women today are useless, ran through, materialistic, and draining your wallet. You'd be better off flying to Thailand and becoming a passport bro because Western women, not worth it. Got your attention? Exactly. I am so tired of seeing posts like this that are strategically phrased to incite anger amongst all of you. I've watched my male following go from excited and eager about dating to completely turned off by it thanks to the toxic, addictive mindset that all women suck. Look, I get it. Some women suck. And I hear your frustrations about the norms we are trying to reverse. But I also know that there are amazing women who want masculine men and share your values. Posts like this are meant to fuel your rage and keep you hooked on an endless dopamine hit of validating your self-pity. I know the game. And if I wanted to, I could grow my following in a heartbeat by playing into it. But I'm not going to. I've watched my following shrink over the past year because I refuse to feed you hopelessness. This response couldn't have said it any better.
I have a question for my ladies and my fellas too. Ladies, do y'all shoot your shot at men? Like in the DMs, if you were out at a bar, like would you just go up and approach them? Somebody asked me on live last night, like, do I approach guys or do I shoot my shot? And I feel so conflicted with this. I don't mind if I feel like the vibes are there. There's been some flirtiness going on. You sent me a drink. You keep looking over my way. Sure, I would have no problem approaching. You liked a couple of my pictures, whatever. Like, if I have a 95% feeling that my shot is going to go in, I'm going to shoot it. But if I was feeling unsure about a guy or if he walked into a party and I'm like, wow, he looks really good, my first reaction isn't going to be, let me go up, introduce myself, and shoot my shot. Oh, no, baby. I'm going to wait for him to come to me. I would let him do all the work. So, like, ladies, y'all be shooting your shot. And the question for the men is, like, do y'all like that? I've got mixed reviews where, like, some guys feel like, nah, let me handle it. And then other men like women with confidence and assertiveness. So, y'all let me know.
From chronically single girly to chronically single girly, I'm gonna alter your brain chemistry. Give me 1 minute. I know that a lot of times when you've been single for many, many years, it can feel like something's wrong with you. Why is everyone bouncing from relationship? Like, what's the deal with me? You are single by choice. The reason you're single is not because there's not someone out there that would be in a relationship with you. You are single because what you want and the person that you're looking for is so specific, and that is harder to find, and that takes a longer time to find. I was just dating a guy. I thought we were going to get into a relationship, and I was telling my friend about this, being like, can you believe it? I've been single for so long, like I'm probably not going to be single. Which, by the way, me and that guy did not get into a relationship. But my friend was like, yeah, you've been single by choice. And I'm like, you're right, because I'm not just gonna get into any old relationship for the sake of being in a relationship. I just feel this is a very empowering way to look at it. So I don't know who needed to hear this, but maybe it was you.
I see girls commenting saying that they would love to be approached by a man, and I just want to say I don't believe you.
Oh, I believe women want to be approached. Oh, 100%. Women aren't lying that they want to be approached. There's just a few things you have to take into consideration about this. Number one is they want to be approached by men they find attractive. right? And I think you went on in some of your videos and you did talk about how attraction matters, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And I say it all the time, that attraction matters. And that's what a lot of women want. Women just want men who they find attractive to approach them. Now, there's also women who want men to approach them, whether they find them attractive or not, because they really do want that validation, right? That's why there is a lot of women who go, oh, I want you to approach me just because they're just, whether they like you or not, or want you to or not, from an attractive standpoint, they just want the validation. They want people to hit on them. It's that free, feel-good juice, as you can say. You know, it feels good. You know, when someone hits on you, even though you know you're not attracted to them, the fact that someone hit on you will make you feel good, right? There you go. That's pretty much what it comes down to. But no, women 100% want men to approach. I mean, rates are sky high. So I mean, people, yeah.
You know, I see why men are staying single, because look around. We have women out here bragging about not cooking, not cleaning, not taking care of their home, not being soft, and not being supportive. And then expecting a man to show up as a provider, leader, planner, protector, and lover, while giving him absolutely nothing in return. And yes, I will be the one to say it. A home needs a woman who actually enjoys being a woman. A woman who takes pride in making her home feel warm and peaceful. A woman who loves her man in the same way that she wants to be loved. That is not oppression, that is care. Men are tired of being treated like a walking wallet. Tired of disrespect. Tired of begging for affection and a little peace. So they are choosing to stay single, not because they hate women, but because they are looking for a woman that values her role just as much as his. And honestly, I don't blame them, because relationships only work when both people show up and give.
No one talks about divorcing a good guy. I've been divorced twice, both of which were my decision, and neither one of them were me or cheating on me. That doesn't mean there wasn't a pile of other reasons as to why we couldn't maintain a healthy relationship. You deserve to be happy. And I'm proud of you for taking responsibility for your happiness and doing something about it. So stop beating yourself up.
The reason why nobody's talking about divorcing the good guy is because they know how it makes them look, and they oftentimes live to regret it. And the bottom line is that it is extremely disappointing for men to hear stories like this, because it tells them that they could be an amazing man, but this is how they could still end up. The woman that they love and that they said vows to and that she said vows back to him could just decide she's not happy and she leaves him. Ladies, what so many men would love for you to understand is that they don't do that to you. Men do not leave good women simply because they aren't happy. Because most men understand that if they are not happy and yet they have a good woman, it is a him problem. A lot of women, unfortunately, do not think the same way when it comes to their own happiness, because they put it on the man to make them happy. These are women that will be in the cycle of finding a new man and being happy for a short amount of time, but then eventually, over time, they become unhappy because they're unhappy with themselves. So for you men listening, my biggest piece of advice is to make sure that you're with a woman that is naturally happy with herself. Trust me.
A lot of men don't understand that their passivity and their silence is actually more toxic to the health of the relationship than her emotional nagging and complaining, because her emotional nagging and complaining is letting her partner know, hey, we're having a problem here, or I'm having an issue here. When he's passive and doesn't speak up, he's just breeding a lot of like what I call relationship poison, and he's letting it fester in that relationship, which is why, like you were saying, a lot of times when the woman is like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore, he could be confused because it's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong. Yeah, you allowed toxicity to breed in the core of your marriage. That's what happened.
Now, here's the issue. The amount of times that men feel that being vulnerable actually got them somewhere in a relationship where they felt seen or felt heard and felt understood by their partner, I would say are very rare. A lot of men feel like if I say, hey, what you did there bothered me. And what they'll do is they'll say, well, the woman will turn it around and it's like, well, if you did da 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 da, then I wouldn't blah 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 blah. And then it's like you get hey, I feel this way, and Some women will be like, why are you so sensitive, or whatever it is. And
sorry to cut you off, honey, but I want to say something here, because I hear what you're saying, that a lot of men will say that they were never rewarded for being vulnerable. But I will say, if they've never felt rewarded for being vulnerable with a chick when she was his girlfriend, he should have never married her. When you have a girlfriend or when you have a boyfriend, what you're doing is you're vetting, you're taking the time to see, is this the union that we want to be in for the rest of our lives? Or if you have a girlfriend and she's never made you feel like there's any positive to being vulnerable, you should have never proposed to her. You should have never gotten married.
One reason why your man isn't pursuing anymore. Big emphasis on anymore. Hello, my name is Carla, and restoring healthy mindsets is my thing. The biggest one is because you are not aligned with your feminine energy. Before you start blaming the guy because he changed or whatever, no. If a man was pursuing you in the beginning and all of a sudden he stopped, it is because of something that we did. We are not aligned with our feminine energy. We do not know how to receive. So how do we get there? How do we learn how to receive? Well, we need to let go of our super hyper independent woman mindset. How do we do that? By enjoying being a woman, by letting him do the work, by appreciating him, by thanking him whenever he does something that we like, and being genuine, because men can sense this and spot this from a mile away. They know when you are being genuine and when you are lying. What happens most of the time when a man is pursuing and then he stops, we have decided to take control over the situation, over our relationship. And when that happens, we're coming from a place of hurt. So what we need to do is trust our man and let him lead. That is one step to realign ourselves with our feminine energy, not coming from a place of fear, but coming from a place of wisdom, growth, and trust. Let your man pursue you by appreciating and using your feminine energy to keep the balance in the relationship. Believe me, a man is addicted to feeling needed.
Part of the reason the dating pool is so messed up and it's so imbalanced is because older men need to start back dating women their own age. We don't want y'all. The only thing an older man can do for me is pay my tab. Right then and there on the spot, I can give him my number and then he's gonna get blocked. We don't want y'all. And we need to, and younger women need to stop boosting y'all heads up. Y'all hairline is receding. Y'all are out of shape. Half the time y'all have alcohol problems and gambling problems, so it ain't nothing going on down there or up here. And y'all are repulsive. I'm not gonna lie. When y'all are paying for my tab, all I can think about in the back of my head is that you are older than my dad and you're trying to talk to me. You really think that you got a chance with me, and it's disgusting. Like, it's literally repulsive, because in the back of my mind, like, if you could date a 13-year-old, if it was legal for you to date a 13-year-old or 14-year-old, you probably would. And the only reason why you're stopping here in my face is because it's legal. And y'all got these younger guys thinking that just because they got a little money, that they get to play in women's faces all the way up until they in their 40s and 50s, and then think they're going to come and settle down with a young tenderoni like me. No, that's not how that works. You're going to get played. You're going to be used strictly and solely for your money. And then you're going to be looking sad and crazy. And you're going to be back in the club looking for the same younger women.
Men do not care if you have kids. I can promise you. So if you are listening and you have kids and you're scared to get a divorce or leave a relationship because you're a mom, get that out of your head. Men do not care.
There are definitely a lot of men who do care if you have kids. I think that Kristen is mostly speaking from her perspective because she makes a decent amount of money. You know, I'm pretty sure she lives somewhere in California, maybe LA. So she doesn't really have to worry about not having enough money to hire a babysitter, or not knowing how she's going to be able to afford her rent, or really needing a guy for multiple incomes. And so her perspective with guys that she might be dating is just going to be different from your average woman. I also think it's different when we're talking about casual versus serious, because there's a lot of guys who will date a single mom casually, but they might not be ready for the responsibility that comes with having to sort of take on that step parent role. And I know there's going to be some women who say that they wouldn't have to take that on, but the truth is, if you like really fall deeply in love with somebody, somebody, eventually that probably is going to come with being in a partnership with them, at least most of the time. So men are kind of evaluating that. And it's not just men. There are women who are evaluating that too. There are a lot of women who also won't date single dads if they are child free. So it's just one of those things where it doesn't mean that it's completely hopeless. And if you are open to also dating a single parent, then that might work even better for you. But it is just the truth that every sort of thing that could make you more niche or could add a responsibility to your life probably will make it harder to date in some capacity. But that doesn't mean that it's impossible. It just means that you sort of have to navigate accordingly and understand that there are going to be some people who reject you because of it, but that doesn't mean that you can't find your person at the end of the day. But that is just my personal opinion, so let me know what you guys think. Bye.
Did you guys see the video of those guys that were an inch away from a woman at a concert and were asking TikTok to find her? When I tell you I'm not even surprised, I'm not even bewildered, because my friends and I were just having this conversation that men do not really approach anymore. And it's because they are scared of rejection. And with mediums like social media and all these dating apps, they're used to being on a screen. They're used to being able to tap with their thumbs and connect with anyone. And when you have a woman right next to you that is in your vicinity, that is literally one friend, one brethren away from talking to, and you can't even do that, this generation is cooked. This generation is cooked. I mean, what are y'all doing? That's giving the same energy as you sending your homeboy over to go talk to a girl that you like. Y'all are grown. Rejection is a part of life. She either gonna say yes or no. All you gotta do is be respectful and kind and introduce yourself. If she don't want to talk, she don't want to talk to you. But if she does, then hey. I mean, what's wrong with y'all? Really, I genuinely do not understand what happened to the men that were, y'all are supposed hunters, and if we're the prey and we're right next to you, you can't even do your job. Y'all are getting spoiled with all this social media stuff, and y'all getting soft on top of it. Do better.
Most men are checked out, don't care about women anymore. Woman says guys don't approach today. Kevin Samuels been trying to warn these ladies, things is about to change and men are going to adapt to the new climate and culture that they have created for themselves.
Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look at anyone. Literally no one is approachable anymore. No one looks at each other. Everyone's heads down and no one's smiling or just seems happy. Literally no one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? Literally never once. I've never been approached.
That young lady in the video, and we going to get back to the video. That young lady in the video is saying that she was a cute girl. She smiles, and all the people have their head down. Their eyes are not on anything because they're on that phone, just looking around, and everybody got their head down.
I was in the mall. I was in a mall not long ago, and a guy that knew me from Instagram messaged me and was like, "Hey, I just seen you in the mall." And I was like, "Why didn't you come up and say hi?" He didn't say hi in person, but he did in the DM. And I was like, "Okay, well, next time you see me, come and say hello." Like that's how crazy it is now. A lot of I don't know if they're scared or if it's just not the way it's done anymore. So now it's just like, we ain't dealing with y'all. We just off y'all.
You didn't see them calling. They was calling the game gay for shooting a shot.
They're doing it because they don't fuck with y'all because y'all always on some and the Me Too movement and y'all standards and ideas and asking for too much and transactional and high body count is because women have pushed men out so far and they're adapting to the data market as is and refusing to approach.
Modern women continue to tell men, and this is why a lot of men opt out, because of the entitlement. But what you bring is it's bare minimum. It's not enough to where a man, honestly and truly says, okay, if it's not enough, I'm just going to stop doing it. I'm going to go mind my own business somewhere else. And you get mad at the man, but you didn't waste his time talking about he's bringing the bare minimum. I'm looking for a man that does X, Y, and Z. Well, guess what? That man don't want you.